Welcome back. In our previous sessions, we have examined three very important issues that warriors of the faith encounter: anger, guilt and forgiveness, and grief. Now we are going to turn our attention to the one thing that truly defines who we are as warriors: love. For us who serve or have served our country, this takes on a special meaning. I sense an echo of amore on your mind as I'm sharing this. I know a number of you are thinking images of romance, passionate reunions with your bride after deployments. In reality, that does occur sometimes. Truth be told, homecomings can be terrifying. Life didn't stop while you were gone. Bills were paid, sickness came and went, adjustments were made so our absence was not a daily disaster, and families survived without us. Well, now what? You walk off of that plane with a smile on your face, but your eyes look like that deer standing in the road. You've got duties to take care of as your family waits. The time comes for reunion. There are kisses, hugs, and uncertainty. The questions. Will I be accepted back into the family? Am I still king of the house? Will the kids still see me as dad or a long-lost relative? Will the family start waiting for another deployment so things can get back to normal? What about my wife, my bride? You get the idea. 1,000 questions, and sometimes the answers are confusing. You spend tons of time trying to make up for your absence. You have your honeymoon period. You spend big bucks on things like Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day, and any day of the week. What's it really all about? It's about turning the words, "I love you," into action. That's the message of the Bible. You've heard the words before. God is love. How do we know that? Because He said it? No, because of what He did. He took all our displaced anger, guilt, grief, and all our sins. He took action and put them on His Son. Jesus didn't come into the world to simply show us how to live. He came to be our sacrifice. But what does this have to do with being a warrior? Just about everything. When you swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, you agreed to sacrifice your life for your country. That's love. The Apostle John gives us the word of Jesus. This short passage reads like an opward of love. Jesus tells us, "As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. I've told you this so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Let me break this down a little further. Jesus tells us that He loves us. We do not deserve this love. We can't work for it, can't buy it. It is given to us and changes our lives. Jesus goes on to say, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. This reminds me of servicemen who ignore danger, swallow their fear, and do amazing, incredible things. Their actions result in lives saved from danger. Some fight fires on ships when others would just as soon leave the area. Many have seen or read accounts of medics who run towards the danger to save lives. The list goes on. Ordnance crews who brave danger to dislodge a bomb from a malfunctioning rack. A cook who volunteers to be on the sergeant major's personal security detachment and saves the lives of the team. We know more stories and have seen more events in our time in the military to fill volumes of what Jesus meant when He spoke of no greater love. All of these events are reminders of what Jesus did for the world, putting Himself second, dying on a cross, and giving us life. In the end, a wonderful transformation takes place. Through Jesus' death and resurrection, the no man's land of sin is breached. The separation between God and humanity closed. This is a result of God taking on human form and conquering death. That means that when I need a lifeline, someone to call, someone who loves me and hears me as I am and can make change. It is Jesus. Love is not an impulsive act. Love is enduring. We are called to welcome home our own who die. Their death reminds us of the cost of war. When you stand beside a casket, flag draped, you reflect. It makes you think, someone like me gave the last full measure for his country. He had dreams interrupted, hopes shattered. His plans for a life and a future abruptly stopped. He died on the field of battle so that our nation would survive. Before we give in to the rawness of grief, understand that there's an element of love. Here's what I mean. Those who died are a stark reminder that the blessings of this great nation come at a very high price. When a serviceman falls, it reminds us of all who died so that our nation would be free. America is safe from tyranny. The United States of America remains a bright, shining star for all to see. To our fallen brothers, to our injured, and all those wounded that protect our nation on land, in the air, and out at sea, we never forget those who've fallen. We never forget to care for our wounded, the families that survive. This is a rich field in which we harvest. The words of Jesus echo in our heart as we work to love. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Warriors of faith, the light is green. It's time to exit and conduct the next operation. Love one another. Self, faith, family, and friends.